let the hunt begin. Day 2, job search. Ever wondered, how do I even start looking for a job? If so, you've come to the right place. Today we're going to talk about a few different ways to look for jobs. So obviously you're probably well aware of online search tools. Seek is a great one. What is a great thing to do is put in casual and you can sort by classification. Where we're really seeing a lot of jobs generally with low kind of experience requirements would be retail, potentially hospitality. We also have things like sport and rec can be great if you have like a sporting background for coaching, for lifeguards. There's, lots of different things, even tourism, hospitality. Think about your local area, what kind of industries, need kind of that casual part-time work. It could be, parties. There's lots of different things. But yeah, Seek is a super great place to start. It can even just give you some ideas. And obviously then you can put in your kind of area location as well. If you're not in a major city, obviously you're going to have less options. So it's important to really kind of think about what's happening in your local area. There is also the work from home option when you go into Where and Seek. You can also put that in, so there may be some remote opportunities to do some kind of admin and different roles there as well. So yeah, there's, as long as you've got an internet connection, there's potentially lots of options. So in terms of online, Seek is probably a really good one. There's Jora, there's Indeed. If you're in the UK, or elsewhere, Indeed's a big one. Seek is really some countries in Asia, Australia, New Zealand. So whatever is your search site, you can just kind of Google casual part-time jobs, and search sites will kind of come up. It's pretty similar. You use the filter the same. You would put in, casual, or part-time. Probably casual is a good one to kind of go. You can do no experience needed, but I'd just kind of do casual, and then you can kind of filter by your industry and things like that. And what we really want to be looking at is matching the job to your life. So in terms of your interests, your location, where you're able to get to, is there transport there, or is your family going to be able to pick you up and drop you off, all those kind of things, what your current skills are. And if you've got a unique set of skills that's can be actually valuable for a job, then that's just going to put you ahead of the pack. And it also means you're probably going to be doing something that you're quite interested in as well, which is a massive bonus as well. Your availability, if an organization only really wants weekends and you can only do after school, that's not going to work. So that's really, really important to kind of match all of those things up. So online, I said, Indeed, Seek, we've got studentjobboard.com.au, and we can see some quite kind of interesting. We've got YouTube channel assistants, content creators, dessert makers and gelato scoopers. And what have they said there? They've said easy to learn, good communication and great sense of humor are priority. So, thinking about what actually would suit you and what kind of personality, all of those things that would make you an asset to that business is what you kind of really want to do. So another really important and valuable place to start is to use your existing network. So let others know that you are looking for a job. Do you have any friends that currently have jobs? Ask them to ask their managers if they're looking to hire. If they are a valuable asset to their business, then they will be really open to actually, interviewing you, etc. Is there, parents, friends' parents that work somewhere that's of interest to you? Just put it out there and let people know that you're looking for a job. So ask friends and family that have jobs already. As I said, it could be sporting coaches, anyone, just kind of let them know. Also search based on your interests. So if you are obsessed with soccer, maybe you could become, a ref, or you could coach a junior team. Maybe there's just some kind of admin or social media work that, they might be able to do. Just ask, just kind of put it out there. Maybe you're just working in the canteen one of the days that you're not there. Whatever it is, just actually, think about that. If you love kids, there's so many different party places that you could work at. You could work at Time Zone. My son had a Time Zone party, and there's someone that their job was literally just to go around with the groups and basically just chat to them and make sure they're having fun. So yeah, so whatever suits your personality and what you would actually enjoy doing is super important. And remember, listen, you might not always get your first job, but if that's a job you really want to go for, then have a look at the skills required, even put in an application. But you can be working towards that. You might get a job somewhere else in the meantime, but then know, in a year's time, once you've got more experience built up, you're actually going to go for that job. So don't doesn't mean because you don't get it straight away. It's something to work towards, because why not? You don't want to just stay in the same part-time job for 5 years. If you'd rather be somewhere else, you can totally, move on and actually expand and do something else. So also what you can do, most businesses will have a we're hiring or a section where you can kind of submit a form through their website. So the bigger organization, the bigger supermarkets like Coles or Woolworths, anywhere, wherever you are in the world, whatever the kind of big chain supermarkets, department stores, Marks and Spencer, Aldi, whatever it is, they'll have kind of an employment kind of section on the website, so you can certainly kind of go through that. But there's no harm in actually going into the store either and actually speaking to someone, and they might just direct you straight to online, and that's totally fine. But they might say, oh yeah, just email me your resume or whatever it might be. Not many people do actually go in and speak to people, so it will actually make you stand out. And I know it might be a little bit scary, but honestly, if you can get your kind of, a good impression across, it'll put you on top of the pile. And that's certainly worth doing. You'll see in shop windows, just walk around your local area. So if you do have a shopping centre or you do have somewhere with a strip of shops, often there'll be, in the window saying that they're looking for people. You can just go in and ask. If you have a store that you absolutely love shopping at, or just places you love going, just ask them, do you recruit for Christmas, or, would you be looking for any casual staff at any stage? Because if you actually love the store and you know it well, you're going to be a much better employee for them as well, and it's going to be way more enjoyable. So certainly think about that. So think about your local area. What are the opportunities, and what can you kind of contribute to those businesses in your area? Okay, so the action steps for today are just quickly think of your kind of interests and how they might line up. So some examples I've given here: you love fashion, so obviously, it might be that you work in, like a clothing store or jeweler or something like that, or you love runners, you want to work in like a sports store, or, things like that. Music, you might work in like JB Hi-Fi, or, anything like that. EB Games, if you love gaming. Like, there's lots of different examples. And like I said, you can look at that, find a job ad for that. We can do the resume for that. And that might be like your dream part-time job. It might not be you can kind of nail that your first role, but it's something to work towards. And I think that's really great. In the second activity, what I want you to do is think about the skills you actually have and how they line up with what kind of jobs are out there. So with teamwork, you might play a sport and you're quite, really get on well with your team and a good leader and all those kind of things. That can be very transferable into kind of a lot of retail, fast food. So you need a lot of teamwork in those jobs. Public speaking, maybe drama, theatre, might be really amazing for promotional jobs, customer service roles. Hospitality is where you're talking to people all the time. So yeah, think about your skills you have and what you're actually good at and how they could kind of translate and provide value to the employer. So just 3 of each of those. And then what we want to have a bit of a brainstorm of with activity 3 is, what are the ideas you have? What are the networks you have with the existing connections? Do you have friends who work somewhere? Let's pop down some of those ideas. Just anything you can think of, even if it's a long lost relative that you might be able to ring up and call. Just pop it down. And write down. It could be, as I said, your sport coach, teacher, who knows what networks there could be out there. Particularly if people know you're looking, that's when they can kind of start helping you out there as well. And then I want you to jump onto Seek or go onto have a walk around your local shopping centre, whatever it might be. And I want you to write down 3 really viable job opportunities. So I want you to write the job role, name of the business, and you can pop in like a link to the job ad or whatever it is, or just make sure you take a copy of it, and keep it. Take a photo on your phone because you'll need it for the next day where we're going to be creating and having a look at resume. And it's really valuable to have a kind of job ad that you're interested in to help you do that. So get searching. I'm really excited to see what you come up with. Oh, and just lastly, as always, if you want to go into the draw to win a one-on-one with me, just send me your action steps to hello@bucareers.academy. Thanks so much.